So, a very good morning to all of you. Hope you are all fine at your places. Today, there is a lecture number 3, and this lecture is the continuation part of your previous lectures. And in our previous lectures, we would start electrical circuit analysis, and under electrical circuit analysis, we were discussed about network topology. In my previous lectures, I will discuss with you people that what do you mean by this network topology. This network topology is basically the branch of electrical engineering in which we can convert a circuit or a network into the graph. And when a circuit or a network is converted into the graph, there are two types of graphs available. One is called as ordinary graph and another is called as the oriented graph. But in case of an ordinary graph, the direction of the current is not mentioned or not marked, but in case of oriented graph, the direction of the current is mentioned as well as marked. So this is only the main difference behind the ordinary graph as well as the oriented graph. After that, we are discussed that how a complete incident matrix, which is denoted by CIM, capital A, small a, is obtained. Now, in my previous lecture, lecture number 2, you were see that a oriented graph can be used for making the complete incident matrix. And in a complete incident matrix, it provides the complete information about the oriented graph. The CIM tells us about the information that a particular branch is connected between those who nodes, and also in that particular nodes, towards the node direction current is positive, away the node direction current is negative, and there is not connected is equal to 0. So this was all we are discussed in my previous lectures. Now today I am dealing with you the reduced incident matrix. As it is seen on your screen, that what do you mean by this reduced incident matrix? It is a matrix that is obtained from the complete incident matrix, and it is made when we delete any of the row, or preferably the last row of the CIM. That means you can say that this RIM, that is a reduced incident matrix, is denoted by capital A, and it is obtained from complete incident matrix. And how we can get a RIM from CIM? Simply when we delete any of the row, and preferably we delete the last row. We delete the last row of the CIM, and when we delete the last row of the CIM, the ultimate matrix so obtained is called as RIM. Clear? Now you see one example I will show you, by the virtue of which you can understand how a CIM is represented, and how this from this CIM we can get an RIM. Now you can see we have a matrix shown in your screen, that is capital A and small a, and it is some matrix. And here we have the towards the node positive, away the node negative, and non connected is equal to 0. Now if you get a property of the CIM, and as I had already told you, there is one of the most and most important property of the CIM, that if you add any of the column, the resultant is equal to 0. That means if you apply that property in this particular matrix, your resultant will be equal to 0. That means this is the CIM. Now we have to convert this CIM into RIM. Now you can see how this CIM can be used to get the RIM. Now what we have to do, we have to delete the last row. Now you can see on your screen there are total 4 rows, that is A row, B row, C row, and D row, and this basically this A, B, C, D are the nodes. So as I had already told you that when you delete the last row of the CIM, the ultimate matrix so obtained is called as RIM. Now you can see this is your CIM. Now here I can show you how it can be converted into RIM. Now you can see This is the above is the CIM, that is A, B, C, D. Towards the node positive, away the node negative, not connected is equal to 0. Now, when you convert this CIM into RIM, you have another matrix on a downward side, and you see here there are only the three nodes, that is A, B and C. यहाँ पे जो आपके D नोड था, इस D नोड की सारी एंट्रीज को मैंने यहाँ से डिलीट कर दिया. सो अल्टीमेटली जो मेरे पास मैट्रिक्स बना, ये मैट्रिक्स है मेरा, that is called as the RIM, and this matrix is denoted by capital A. Now, if you apply the property of CIM in RIM, and that property says if you add any of the row of the CIM, the resultant equal to 0, this property does not took place in case of RIM, because in case of an RIM, if you add any of the column, the result is may or may not equal to 0. So here you can see how a CIM, that is capital A and small a, is converted into RIM, that is capital A. Only what we have to do, we have to delete the last row of the CIM, and when I delete the last row of the CIM, the ultimate matrix obtained is called as your RIM. So anybody having any doubt up till that stage how the RIM can be obtained, he or she can ask me, otherwise I will continue. Yes. Anybody having any doubt? Doubt, so that I can continue it. So shall I continue, or you have any doubt?
No, sir.
Shall I continue?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So you can see on your next page, now this is the complete flow chart of network topology, what you have discussed up till stage. Now this is the flow chart. You can see based upon the above conclusion, we are in a position to discuss that first of all, we have a circuit or a network. This circuit or this network is converted into graph, and the graph so obtained is called as ordinary graph. After that, this ordinary graph is converted into oriented graph. After that, this oriented graph is converted into complete incident matrix, which is denoted by capital A and small a. And after that, we have another matrix that is called as reduced incident matrix, that is denoted by capital A. Now I will discuss one by one what this mean by this all these things. Firstly, you can see a circuit or a network. So I can write down that contains at least one active element and at least one passive element, and there is a connection between active and passive elements. That means I had already told you in my first lecture that a circuit is defined as a connection or a scheme in which there is at least one active element present and at least one passive element is present. So there is also a connection between the active and the passive element. So when this you can say that thing will be happen, so it is called as a circuit. So in a network topology, you are always given a circuit or a network. This circuit or this network we can convert into graph, and the graph so obtained is called as ordinary graph. And when you convert a circuit into a graph, you are using the basically the main four steps, and these main four steps are: number one, identify the node and mark the node. Number two, each branch is represented by a bold line. Number three, voltage source if present replaced by short circuit, and a current source if present replace it by open circuit. So when you use all these four steps, all these four techniques, you can get an ordinary graph. Now again, in case of an ordinary graph, you know direction of the current is not given. So once the direction of the current is marked, the graph so obtained is called as oriented graph. So here I can write down that an oriented graph is a graph that contains the direction of the current. After the oriented graph, you are getting a complete incident matrix, and this complete incident matrix is denoted by capital A and small a, and it is the metric representation of the oriented graph in which connection between the nodes information is given. And after the final stage of this complete incident matrix, we are getting a reduced incident matrix, and this reduced incident matrix is RIM, denoted by capital A, and it is the matrix in which it it is the matrix that is obtained from complete incident matrix, and it violates the property of the CIM, and the property of the CIM says when you add any of the column, the resultant is equal to 0. So up till stage that what you have to be discussed, what you had discussed in your previous lectures, this is the complete flow chart of the network topology, that a circuit is converted into finally a reduced incident matrix. How a circuit is converted into the reduced incident matrix? So you are adopting all these main steps. You are going according to this flow chart, and once you can go from this flow chart, you are getting a circuit into the reduced incident matrix. Clear? So you can say that the above flow chart represents how a circuit or a network is converted into ordinary graph, followed by oriented graph, then followed by complete incident matrix, and finally it is followed by reduced incident matrix. So that I had already told you in my previous lecture, and also I had told you in my today's lecture, that how a circuit can be converted into RIM. So when a circuit is converted into RIM, you are main focused upon these 4 steps that will be used to convert a circuit into RIM. So up till stage, anybody having any doubt, he or she can ask me, or shall I continue next? Yeah, shall I continue?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now what we have to do up till that stage, what I have discussed, now we will take a problem. I will given you one problem. Now you can see this problem. We will discuss this problem in our today's lecture. And one important thing that I will told you in this lecture, that after discussing this problem, I will give you 2 or 3 numerical based problems in your WhatsApp group. Since tomorrow there is a Sunday, there is a holiday, there is a no classwork, so all the students to be present there are requested to kindly watch this video, kindly go through this PDF material that I will also share with you in your WhatsApp group after the class, and try to solve the numericals. That numericals I will provide you on a WhatsApp graph. And if you face any problem while solving the numericals, you will tell me. I will discuss another numericals on my next class. Is it okay to all of you? Because here I am only providing you the one numerical. I am providing you the certain guideline. You should follow that guideline. You should watch the video repeatedly. You can get the help of the study material, that is a PDF material which I shared with you after this class, and make a thing that you are able to solve the numericals, unsolved numerical that I will provide you. You have tomorrow at a holiday, there is no class. You will try to solve the numericals, and if you face any problem while solving the numericals, you will tell me. I will discuss with you in my next lecture. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now see, this is the numerical. The numerical says draw the reduced incident matrix for the circuit or a network shown below. Now you have one circuit like this thing. आपको इस सर्किट का reduced incident matrix बनाना है. That means what I had told you in my previous flow chart, that firstly the circuit will be converted into the graph. Graph is ordinary. After that, ordinary to oriented. After that, oriented to CIM. After that, CIM to RIM. So you have to made the circuit into simply RIM. Now see what will happen. Solution for a network topology, we have a circuit like this thing. This is the circuit. Now this is the circuit. We have the 2 voltage sources, that is VS1, VS2, a resistance R1, resistance R2, inductor L1, and resistance R3. Now you can see I can mark it or bold some points with the red pen, and these points are basically called as the nodes, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
these are basically called as a node. Now you can see we have 1, 2, 3, we have 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There are total 8 nodes present in this circuit. Now I had already told you that between a branch, if there is no active element present, no passive element present, you should treat both the nodes as a single node. So that means the above circuit, can I redraw like this thing? Yeah. Anybody having any doubt?
No,
जो
sir.
मैंने ऊपर सर्किट बनाया है उसी सर्किट को मैं नीचे रीड्रॉ कर सकता हूं जी।
Yes,
तो
sir.
अगर मैं नीचे वाला
Yes, sir.
सर्किट देखता हूं तो यहाँ पर मेरे पास जहां in top of the circuit we have 8 nodes. Now I
No.
can reduce these nodes to only 4 nodes. So
One
now
node.
in this circuit we have A, B, C, D are the total 4 nodes. So anybody having any doubt how the nodes can be reduced from original network to redrawn network, he or she can ask me. Otherwise I will start continuing, because for making the graph your first priority will be identify the nodes and mark the nodes. So I can identify the nodes, I can mark the nodes. So shall I continue next process, or anybody having any doubt?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So we have a circuit like this thing. Now you know, according to the flow chart, first of all a circuit is converted into ordinary graph. Now see how this ordinary graph looks like. It is an ordinary graph. You have A, B, C, D, 4 nodes to be present. In between A and B there is a branch, B and C there is a branch, B and D there is a branch, A and C there is a branch. But between A and D, voltage source, I can short circuit it. Between C and D there is voltage source, I can short circuit it. So this graph so obtained is called as ordinary graph. It's clear?
Yes, sir.
So you know that in my previous lecture I will told you that in case of an ordinary graph the direction of current is not given or not marked, but once you can mark the direction of the current in the ordinary graph, the matrix so obtained is called as oriented graph. Now you can see this is a oriented graph, isn't it? So I can simply put the direction of the current. So the direction of the current is accordingly the sign conventions that we have read in our BEE class, that current will always flow from high potential to low potential. So in a battery, there are potential like positive terminal and the negative terminal. So the current will start producing from positive terminal to the negative terminal. So here you can get an oriented graph like this thing. Now, once you have an oriented graph like this thing, you know from this thing we are made basically the complete incident matrix. Now you can see how the complete incident matrix will be obtained. You can see on an oriented graph there are 4 nodes. So we have 4 rows, that is A, B, C and D. You see on your oriented graph there are 5 branches. So we have 5 columns, isn't it? Now you can see branch number 1 is linked between A and D. So A and D is 1, 1, whereas B and C is equal to 0. And also in branch number 1, arrow is towards A. That means A is positive and D is negative, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Isn't it? Yes, yes, I am waiting for your response.
So please repeat.
I can tell you complete incident matrix, you have the confirmation related to the direction of the current. Now you can see your branch number 1. Branch number 1 is connected between A and D terminal. Branch number 1 आपकी A और D terminal के बीच में जुड़ी है. That means A में 1 रहेगा और D में 1 रहेगा. बाकी rows में 0 0 रहेगा. B में 0, C में 0. Now you can see branch number 1, arrow is towards A, so A is positive, D is negative. Similarly, you can see branch number 2. Now you tell me, I will tell you one name. You tell me, Akhtar Sophie.
Yes, sir.
Now branch number 2. What is connection between branch number 2? It is connected between
Sir,
Branch number 2 is connected between
A to B
A to B. So A is 1, B is 1, and C and D is
minus
equal
1.
to 0. Now in branch number 2, arrow is towards A or B?
B, A, B, B.
B. Branch number 2, arrow is towards B. So B is positive, A is negative. Isn't it?
I hear you. Yes, sir.
Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So Bhumika Kundal.
Yes, sir.
Now
Yes, sir.
branch number 3, where it is connected.
Sir, B to D.
So that means B1, D1 and A and C is equal to 0.
Yes, sir.
Now in between B to D, what is the arrow towards? It is towards B or towards D?
It's towards D, sir.
So D will be positive, B will be negative, beta.
Yes, sir.
So that is why you can see on a complete incident matrix, your 3 column will be minus B and plus D. Now next will be
Yes, sir.
Mohit Sharma. Please turn on your mic.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mohit, branch number 4. Mohit, branch number 4.
So D to C.
D to C. Now D is 1, C is 1. Arrow, is it towards D or C?
Yes, sir.
You can see na, branch number 4 arrow towards D है या C है?
Sir, D, yes, sir.
D है. So that means D positive होगा, C negative होगा. You can see
Yes.
fourth column, you can see C is negative and D is positive and so on.
Yes.
This is called as the complete incident matrix. Clear? Now the last stage is, you know, from complete incident matrix, we are getting a reduced incident matrix. How? You can delete the last row of the CIM. Now you can see in our CIM, there are total 4 rows, that is A, B, C, D. And in reduced incident matrix, there are only 3 rows. That means we can delete the last entry, we can delete the last node, we can delete the last row, and the ultimate show matrix obtained is called as reduced incident matrix, that is only ABC. So that means those entries which are come in D row or a last node, it will exempt it. So by the means of this thing, a circuit can be converted into reduced incident matrix. Clear? So now anybody having any doubt related to the today lecture, he or she can ask me. Anybody having any doubt?
No, sir.
No, sir. No,
It is understood to all of you?
No, sir.
It is
Yes,
understood
sir.
to all
Yes,
of
sir.
you? So this is the complete one problem where we are converting a circuit into the reduced incident matrix. Clear? I will share this PDF material, also the video on your WhatsApp group. I can again request you, please watch the video carefully, study the material that I'll share you the WhatsApp, and also I will provide you 2 or 3 numericals. So you should try to solve these numerical at your places. But again, if you face any problem, you can ask me, or I will discuss with these problems in my next lecture. Clear, beta?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
sir.